They're different looking. Some, they look Trumpish, and to be like, they look a little scary. Some of them are, they don't look like Livingston. So
like an Antifa, not like an Antifa, but something along those lines.
That's exactly what we're thinking.
I think there's more like intimidate, stir the pot. Like
equity audit.
Equity audit for what?
To make sure that we're equitable.
It's a really hot meeting.
It's a very sensitive topic.
Yes. O'Keefe Media Group exposed the rot undermining our society.
James O'Keefe offers tools for transparency to disgruntled parents in another New Jersey school district.
Do they look shady? Like
Yes, they definitely look
like
there's something up.
James O'Keefe, he's an investigative journalist.
I could care less you're a journalist. Worry about your own town, your own county.
Yeah.
You got to come here, cause a disruption. I don't answer to him. Do they have a right to do this?
No, technically.
I just took video of everybody in our parking lot.
I can run the plates. We'll handle it.
Tell the American people why you called the police.
There's a group of about 9 men.
Pretty remarkable here.
So I just thought it'd be safe that I call you. There's about 8 of them, and none of them, we have all the different administrators in there, none of them that have been principals and stuff, none of them recognize them as past students. They're not parents. They're different looking. Some, they look Trumpish, and to be like, they look a little scary.
Police body camera footage obtained by OMG, one of the most riveting and fascinating psychological case studies into what school board officials, superintendents, and cops are saying, thinking, and believing about you.
Livingston Police.
There's a group of about 9 men.
What are they doing?
Yeah, so they're there, they're on their phones, they've never been there before. It was just a little bit of concern.
Who called this?
Tony McLaughlin.
Tony McLaughlin.
She's the executive assistant to the superintendent. You want
Is
me
she?
to- Yeah, grab her. Hold on.
Yeah.
On August 8th, during the school board meeting, the Livingston school board officials calling the police on citizens because they don't recognize them.
It's just this.
So from what I understand, there's some extra work. There's people that aren't usually your usual board.
Watchers, exactly.
Right.
There's like
People that come to the meetings, it's new faces that you've never seen before.
Never seen before. Some of them, they don't look like Livingston. They might be.
Executive Assistant Tony McLaughlin talking to Police Officer Pancione in Livingston, New Jersey, who's wearing the body camera.
What's your name?
Officer Pancione.
Pancione, okay.
They apparently forgot that the body camera was recording over 40 minutes of conversation back and forth as they compare O'Keefe Media Group citizen journalists to Antifa.
So you think this might be part of some kind of like...
Yeah, that's what
like an Antifa, not like an Antifa, but something along those
That's
lines.
exactly what we're thinking, and maybe they're going to all different board meetings. I'm not sure. So I just thought it'd be safe that I call you.
You called this, correct?
Yes.
My name is Star Hudson, and I am calling to see if I could request a police presence at the Board of Ed.
Now, we caught up with Tony McLaughlin as she was arriving to work on Tuesday. It's a very revealing interaction. My name is James O'Keefe. Are you Tony McLaughlin, the assistant superintendent of the school?
I am.
You did call the police on us. We have body cam footage of you. This is you on the police
They
footage.
look Trumpish.
You said that there's some, quote, Trumpish people.
They're different looking. They look Trumpish. And
What did you mean by Trumpish at the school board meeting?
I still feel like commenting now.
You've commented quite a bit. There's 45 minutes of video from the police officer here in Livingston of you saying that you were, quote, intimidated by citizens showing up at a school board meeting asking questions.
Do they look shady? Like
yes, they definitely look
like
there's something up.
not like a Livingston parent, like what to do.
Definitely
O'Keefe
not.
Academy.
Yeah, they videotape. I think there's more like intimidate, stir the pot.
What is intimidating about citizens showing up at a school board meeting talking about diversity, equity, inclusion?
I did not know what the citizens were going to talk about.
Okay.
They were not living. Usually we have people commenting on items on the agenda.
So
And
why
it
did
was
you call the police?
Because I was directed to do so.
Now remember on August 8th on the steps outside the school board meeting, I asked Officer Pancione from a distance, I said, did you call the cops on us? And he said, my supervisor did.
So they called the police? Like I said, I was told to come here by my supervisor.
I'm a journalist.
Okay, very good. Yep.
Well, now we have obtained footage of Officer Pancione walking back into the room, talking to the school board officials and saying, oh, he's a journalist. Well, I don't care.
I don't want to get into discussion. They want to know who called the police. They're the guy in the blue blazer. I'm a journalist. Very good. I could care less. Worry about your own town, your own county.
Right.
What's the
Right.
You got to come here and cause a disruption. Not a disruption, but
yeah.
you say I could care less. You're a journalist. I'm not here to answer your questions. I don't answer to him. If he can be a journalist, he can do all he wants. I don't answer to you. I mean, technically, they do have. Do they have a right to do this?
No, technically, no. You have to be a Livingston
Resident to come,
or you can work in Livingston. You have to have some type of
connection with Livingston. Other than that, these things shouldn't be.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be needed for something like this. But you have these groups that they just want nothing better to do, and just. I think it's more intimidation. And the one guy in the blue blazer went outside to look. He's like, "Oh, I'm a journalist. I don't care." Did they call the cops on us? I says I was told to come here by my supervisor. Don't worry about it. They call the cops. I'm here. What do you think I'm here? How do you think I got here? Yeah, they were probably recording me. That's fine. They're being recorded too. So
James O'Keefe, he's
the guy in the blue blazer.
Yeah,
what is that?
He's his sister.
He's just a rebel rouser, stirred a pot. That's
investigative journalist.
good for him.
Who does he work for, though? Like, who
I
does he
think
publish
he's
for?
by
It looks like
himself.
Who does he publish for?
I think he does his
Okay,
own
yeah, that's what-
his own investigative
That's what
journalism.
Michelle.
And, his podcasts and all
Okay.
that. You got a phone, you're famous, right?
There's this
if he has a question.
O'Keefe Media Group.
Yeah.
So, if this guy has an issue with what you guys are doing,
Ask a question.
ask a question.
He didn't ask one.
He didn't ask one.
Yeah,
He was up there talking, wasn't he?
yeah, it's just a carnival bar. That's all. That's all it is.
If you have a problem, go to the
Carnival
state.
bar.
If you have a
Just
problem, go to the
arouse
state.
people.
Go to the governor. Go to the state board of state education, Department of Education. Why are you going to interrupt a local, small little town
Yeah,
Right.
when you can go to the higher authority?
sure.
And he's looking, he's probably one of these guys that are looking for a fight, like a verbal, like a confrontation.
But the story's going to end up being with this meeting, and they had security. They had security.
And we were shut down. We weren't
Yeah,
allowed
we were
to
shut down, not to
record.
record, and they had a cop waiting for us outside. That's going to be the story.
Let him.
I
Let
don't
him.
care. Doesn't bother me.
I was sent here. And that's it. Because they were concerned. You were concerned that several individuals came in that you never saw. They're not. They're not Livingston parents.
Right.
You were just concerned that they were going to cause an uproar. You have that right.
James O'Keefe offers tools for transparency to disgruntled parents in another New Jersey school district. And there's this little investigative reporter article.
So this is what his thing is. Go to the towns that are doing this diversity, equity, inclusion curriculum or whatever they're doing,
Yes, yeah.
and I guess he's against it. Or
Yeah. This one's talking specifically about his
Get
one
a-
last
you know what?
week in
Get a life.
Roselle Park.
seriously, this is the society we live in now. The one guy in the blue blazer went outside to look. He's like, "Oh, I'm a journalist. I don't care." Did they call the cops on us? I says I was told to come here by my supervisor.
What's remarkable is the officer is still wearing the body camera, but apparently forgets that he is wearing it because it captures his blasé and mini tyrannical side, saying that he doesn't answer to citizens, he doesn't answer to citizen journalists, and he doesn't care that we are journalists. Obviously, the police officer does indeed exist to serve and protect the citizens, and has to answer to citizens. That's why we obtained the body cam footage in the first place through a public records request. At one point, Officer Pancioni, in conjunction with Tony McLaughlin, questioned whether I have a right to be at the school board meeting.
Do they have a right to do this?
No, technically, no. You have to be a Livingston
Resident to come.
or you can work at Livingston. You have to have some type of affiliation.
Connection with Livingston. Other than that, these things shouldn't be.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be needed for something like this. But you have these groups that they just want nothing better to do.
This is clearly erroneous. New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act is codified under New Jersey SA 1046 to 10421. The citation refers to New Jersey statutes annotated. It ensures the public can attend all school board meetings in the state, regardless of where you live. So this officer is ignorant of the law.
I
mean-
down there and videotape the license plates down there.
I mean, I
But
come on
just
the
did that
license
live.
plates.
I just thought they were parents. So I was like, oh, a lot of people.
You can see them what cars they get in. If they come from another town.
At one point, Officer Pancione speaks with Susan Berman. She's an official in the Human Resources Department in the Livingston School District. And Susan Berman is absolutely giddy about scanning license plates of the citizens in the parking lot.
They're part
Do
of
you want me to
something.
go take, I just took video of everybody in our parking lot.
You did over here?
Yeah.
Video? Okay.
I'm gonna go
I
down
can run
there.
the plates.
Yeah, let's go.
What I can do is just hang out here.
The police officer reiterates that they can indeed scan the plates, scanning plates that don't even belong to people working for me or any citizen journalist. They just start scanning all the plates. I think they found one car with a plate from Massachusetts, and they use that as apparently, again, the probable cause to become suspicious.
I get them in trouble. I figure I just
No,
got
no,
every
no.
license just in case.
Yeah, no problem. I can pass through and just run plates, and if they're from out of town, then. I mean, right now.
Massachusetts one.
Okay.
That one. No, that's up here.
These are all the ones parked across the
Across the
street.
street. I have
Okay.
over here and I have across the street. That's the mass one. 3XGL. I can back it up.
Okay, no problem. I can.
Yes,
Hopefully,
we need it.
hopefully it's nothing. But if it turns into something, we'll handle it.
All right.
The superintendent's office eventually realized that my name is James O'Keefe, and this is an O'Keefe Media Group investigation.
What's the name of the group that they might be linked to?
Oh, it's called O'Keefe Media Group.
What is that for?
Nicole,
Somebody
Natalie
said
saw
that they
them.
saw it on their computer.
Yeah, they were
And if
tech
they
news.
do, they're
So were they like a
like a citizen
watchdog
brigade.
or?
Yeah,
this
they're
like an
enrolling
equity
in the academy equips you with the skills and knowledge necessary to break life-changing stories, investigate surrounding corruption, and expose the rot undermining our society.
O'Keefe.
If that's who they are, I don't know.
What is it, O'Keefe?
O'Keefe Media Group.
And there you go, you can see the fear, the trepidation, the anxiety in the faces of these school board officials as they read word by word the mission and the charter for the O'Keefe Academy, which is training thousands of citizen journalists on how to do what we're doing right now.
O'Keefe Media Group. So apparently, and then now my other coworker is Googling it, and it's I guess they riot. Enrolling in the academy equips you to the skills and knowledge necessary to break life-changing stories, investigate surrounding corruption, and expose the rot undermining our society.
James O'Keefe offers tools for transparency to disgruntled parents in another New Jersey school district. And there's this little investigative reporter article.
Exposes, democratizes the intricate art of exposing corruption through undercover methodology. It sounds really wacky.
They're scared, and they're advertising for you to go do likewise in your community. And you can go on our website, o'keefemediagroup.com. Right here you have it. You can click on this link, go there and purchase these master classes. We'll equip you and sell you the cameras so that you can do what we did, and we can clone ourselves, which I know you want us to do. We need your help. Go to our website and purchase these classes, which go live after Labor Day.
No, what did any of them talk?
Yeah, the blue jacket.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw him.
Yes, he was up there with the blazer,
Yeah, he
yes.
was talking, and he said that he's from he's an investigative reporter in Bergen County.
My name is James O'Keefe. I'm an investigative reporter residing in Bergen County, New Jersey.
Okay.
And he's investigating. He read Dr. Block, who's our superintendent, his report of May 12th.
I read your audit report announcement on May 12th from the spring.
There was a board meeting about how we're contracting a company for an equity audit, which we are.
We've noted that here in Essex County, you've supported equity and inclusion in your PowerPoint presentation.
And he named the name of the company.
And you've hired a firm called A2Z, we've learned.
They have no followers on Instagram. They don't really have a web presence, so we don't know.
Now, we don't know much about this firm. They are apparently affiliated with Rowan University. Their Instagram page has 0 posts and 41 followers, so the public will be interested to know more about that.
Investigative
Reporter
reporter.
from Bergen County. And
What's he doing in
Mr.
Essex
O'Keefe.
County?
Because he's a resident of New Jersey, and he's worried about his taxpayer dollars going to things of this nature, like this audit report.
Well-
And then he had 2 more minutes, and the president cut him off and said,
I'd like to interrupt. Sorry, I'm sorry. We do not allow recording of our meetings, please.
you can have your 2 minutes when the recording's go up.
So
You are clearly recording at this time, and that's in violation of our policy. So I will grant you your 2 minutes that are left, but I would advise whoever is recording right now to please stop.
And they weren't going off. And he insisted that it shouldn't be against policy. This is their state statute in New Jersey.
And you are,
The state of New Jersey.
you are, but we,
Party consent.
it's very important to stick to the guidelines and policies and discipline of the House.
Yeah, the news, in New Jersey, yeah, it's one-way consent for recording. And then what he did was, they put the phones down.
No, Mr. O'Keefe, I'm sorry, I cannot have this conversation any further till the recording stops.
Put that down.
And then all of a sudden, he went over and he had what looked like a phone disguise, all black, and he said, well, this whole meeting's been recorded, and I'm going to reveal my hidden camera footage to your entire school district, all of your parents.
Device over here that's sitting on the chair, this has in fact been recording the whole time. This is a hidden camera that actually has a camera in it, and it sits on the chair, and there it is recording all of you this whole meeting. So thank you very much. We'll be distributing these devices throughout Essex County here in the interests of transparency. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Dr. Block's name and his salary, he had to make sure that he got that.
And, Mr. Superintendent Block, Dr. Block, we know that you're one of the higher paid people in the state, $237,000 salary. So.
Yeah, no, I know.
It's all right over here. You can see my salary if you want to go.
Yeah, no, I know that. I'm just saying, but he didn't get the rest of his comments out, because he just stopped. He's like, okay, well, thank you very much. So it's him recording and left.
Now, after the board meeting ends, we walk through the vestibule past Officer Pancione. You can see us walking through one by one. Now, there's actually an Asian American on our team, and this leads one of the officials to say, well, there is some, quote, variety on the O'Keefe Media Group team.
What do they? I mean, what do they look like? Are they young, old, black, white, Hispanic?
It's actually they're mostly white, but there's a variety.
Tell the American people why you called the police on journalists.
I was directed to do so by
But
my
who-
superior.
Who is your superior?
I cannot comment.
Superintendent, you're the executive assistant to Matt Block, are you not?
I am.
Okay, so he's your superior. Wow, pretty remarkable here outside the Livingston School Board. We wonder if Matt Block is going to show up today. Mr. Block, Superintendent Block,
Yes.
we've obtained police body cam footage of your executive assistant, Tony McLaughlin, and she's on the tape saying,
Life-changing stories investigate surrounding corruption and expose the rot undermining our society.
So you think this might be part of some kind of
Yeah, that's what
an Antifa, not like an Antifa, but something along those
Antifa.
exactly what we're thinking, and maybe they're going on.
So she says that her supervisor, that would be you, directed the police to come here. You called the cops on journalists, or you directed your executive assistant to do so. Why did you call the police on citizens attending a public school board meeting? Mr. Block, you make $247,000 a year. Why did you call the police on journalists? Tell the people why you called the police on journalists, sir. Completely speechless. Unbelievable. Then Officer Pancione goes outside to ensure that we have left the premises. He takes out his flashlight and appears to point it at the school buses to ensure that myself, my team, are not hiding underneath or next to school buses in the parking lot. Finally, Officer Pancione takes the flashlight and points it into his own car. We're not sure why he did that. Maybe he thought that I was hiding inside of his police car. Now stay tuned tomorrow as we go to the Livingston Police Department. I catch up with Captain Tom Smith. I ask him about the behavior of Officer Pancione. He gives me some very interesting reactions and some news to break there, so stay tuned for that. And because in the words of Tony McLaughlin, executive assistant to the superintendent Matt Block, the citizens looked, quote, Trumpish.
They look Trumpish.
Trumpish. Now, we've never exactly heard that depiction before. As soon as they see people they don't recognize, they immediately call them Trumpish. By the way, Tony McLaughlin, we are now selling merchandise on the O'Keefe Media Group website with that name. It'll be on our website. We also intend to put your face on the t-shirt so we can sell merchandise to pay for more of our citizen journalism. Imagine if someone simply called the police on a citizen attending a school board meeting just by virtue of the belief that they voted for Joe Biden or they looked Biden-ish. In our Manichaean world, this is becoming an increasing possibility. Just because you look unfamiliar, they call the police on you, and apparently, if you look like a Trump voter, that is the probable cause to call the police. Reporting from Livingston, New Jersey, this is James O'Keefe with O'Keefe Media Group.